AlexanderReyPerez, or known as Alexander the Oracle on TikTok. So we live on YouTube. Welcome to the space. Um, so a little bit about me. I'm everything I choose to be. I am that I am. God is me. God is you. God is everything. Thank goodness. Love. Um, and yeah, we carry codes of authenticity, of remembrance, blueprint codes, source codes, original, my clout more than digital. So I'm gonna be playing some beats. These beats are off of YouTube. I don't know if I need to say that. Yeah, and so I'm gonna be freestyling, having fun. I do readings and things of that nature. And I just wanted to be on here and vibe for a minute, and see what happens. I haven't been live on YouTube in a minute. We plant seeds and we come back and we're here. So 111, welcome in. I do have some collective messages, so we're just gonna have fun and let it flow. Everything as it was. Everything as it was. Everything as it was. And I'll talk about a little bit more of who I am and what I've done at the end. But you can also just check out my website. The link should be on my page. And you'll see my bio. You can Google me. You can see the things that I've done. Thankfully, I am everything that I say that I am. Thank God. Thank goodness. Yo, and as it was, you judged me just because you didn't realize that God was testing you, testing me, testing us, and now I hit you with the third degree. A lot of people really don't feel me. A lot of people think they can heal me. A lot of people don't know the real me because they looking through their own lenses. And I am never codependent. I am always independent. I am so hyper vigilant, can't you see? I see everything, even when I don't really want to. I hear everything too. I feel everything too. I'm telepathic too. I can see you. I'm like Mewtwo. A lot of people don't really understand, so I gotta disconnect like Bluetooth, like Bluetooth, like Bluetooth, like Bluetooth. We got roots like hoodoo, voodoo. You already know what we do. Listen. All I know is the matrix is glitching. Can't you see it shifting? Babylon is falling. A lot of people stalling. Welcome in. Much love, y'all. If you would like channel readings, let me know. Let me know. Welcome in. Enough is enough. I'm calling your bluff. You know that it's us. How can I see like where the comments are and stuff? Will it? Yo, enough is enough. Calling your bluff. You know that it's us. A lot of people really want to see me fucking falling. Listen. All I know is that I'm answering my calling. 333. Yeah, you know that it's me. Hold up. Gotta wake 'em up like a couple of Folgers. I am one of God's soldiers. Yo, this is tough. What's up, Emmy? Can't get enough. Welcome in. We haven't said dripped in melanin. Man, they don't really get it. Forget it. I'm learning my lessons. I'm tripping. It's different. I know. The message is not cryptic. What's up, Ultra Biker? Welcome in. Much love, y'all. Thank you for the like. Peace. Tap that screen. I don't know how this works. I'll be on TikTok, y'all. So, can I say that? Um, Shout out to YouTube Landia. Okay, so look, y'all. I am a natural born psychic medium channeler. So I'm on here and I'm gonna give y'all a little taste. Let me see. Let me give you. What's my favorite artist? Oh man, I don't have favorites. I don't. However, Naomi Sharon, all I can say is that's a goddess if I'd have never seen one. What's up, Tharmijan? And respectfully, the Piscean energy is just different. It's just that's all I gotta say. Like art and music from Piscean energy is just wild. Yeah, welcome in, y'all. Tap the screen, shut alive. Thank you for being here. Much love. If you're interested in receiving a reading, channeled message, just let me know in the chat, right? Like I said, I am an oracle. I'm an artist. I'm an event curator. I'm here in Chicago, and what I do is I assist people with remembering. I do energy healing as well. I do mentorship. Check out my link. It's in there on my page somewhere. It's been a minute since I've been back on YouTube, so much love, much love. If you haven't seen me, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And yeah, just ask me questions. I really love going live and meeting people in this way. I'm someone who I don't really I like this interaction. I like live, present in the moment interaction, and I like being in person. So I'm excited to be here. And like I say, yeah, you can ask me questions about the services, about who I am, my path, and we'll get it going. I'm just new to it, figuring it out. So welcome. And I freestyle, so I like to freestyle messages. Channel. Let me see. Let me play around with this stuff. Welcome in. Impact is massive, like intergalactic. Yo, they say I originated from Savage, First Nation. All I know is that I'm intergalactic. We change the situation like Judge Mathis. I'm an alchemist. Do they really get it? I'm prophetic. Go way back before Tesla and the colonized. Well, listen. Ah. All I know is I alchemized every stressor. I used to have to hide change in the dresser. I used to feel lesser confession. I took in a lot of other people's projections. A lot of people really had a lot of deception. I'm a clear mirror, a hope dealer. I got faith and I'm feeling so great. So that was the past. The devil had a laugh and I had the last one. I hold the GUN like KRS1. Listen, I already know I'm a golden one, chosen one. A lot of people say, man, can I hold me some of this energy? A lot of people got entities. I got several LLCs and we banking. Oh my goodness. All I know, I move with the sacred on my own vibration. A lot of people would like to switch places, but they don't really understand what it really took. And now I really got them shook. A lot of people thought I was done for. A lot of people thought I would never reach the shore. They wanted to see me drown, and now they asking how'd he do it? How'd he fucking make it? Listen, all I know is that I'm one of the greatest to ever do it. GOAT, they already know me. Lex be the big homie. No controlling. I let it go, I let it flow, and I let it show. All the things that you never seen before, I'm opening up the door to something so splendid. Did you get it? It's not splendor, it's hella honey from my bees. I'm like the breeze through the trees. I'm planting seeds, got everything you need. Man, can I make them? Can I encourage them to believe? Can I inspire you to go higher? Burn it all in a violet fire? Listen, I'm dissolving the cords. I am reborn. I've got my sword and I've never been scorned. My heart is just bigger. All I know is you can count on me to deliver. Off of the top of the dome, I'm bringing it home. What is you all? Look, welcome in. Much love, everybody. All right, so I feel like I want to sing. So let's check out. I'm just, this is what I like to do. This is kind of like a way that I, decompress. I like to find beats and freestyle, and what I love about it, there's always messages that are in alignment, so welcome to the space. Make sure to tap. make sure to subscribe. I'll be on here, not for a long time. Um, but we're having fun. And if you'd like to receive a reading, right, shout out messages, let me know. So you can. Um, let's see. This is not the first time that you've crossed my mind. I was so blind. I said, this is not the first time that you've crossed my mind. I was so blind. I tried to hide the way I felt. Now I'm standing in hell, 'cause you're with him. And I know that it was always me. You're trying to replace something that can't be. And all I know is I love you in the worst way. I know it was your birthday. Wanna hit it in the worst way. I know that we had our moments. I couldn't stay focused, and I am hoping that you really notice all the way that I love you, all the ways that I trust you, 'cause I trust myself and I love myself. So you are a reflection of all the ways I'm embodied. Yeah. No, I'm not looking for bodies. I could be. I'm freestyling, okay? So welcome in. Tap the screen, y'all. I don't know how that works. Do y'all tap the screen, tap it? Whatever you need to do. Answer that question for me. Interact, subscribe, welcome in. I love you in the worst way. I know it was your birthday. Yeah, if you was with me, I put you in first place. Yeah. But to be fair, I know that you're scared. I love you right here, right now, and I'll always be there. Yeah, 'cause it's unconditional what I'm giving you. So let's take our time. I'll call you mine. You'll call me yours. We'll open up all of the doors. God said, have some faith. Said, have some trust. And you know it's us. Yeah. And I'm loving the way. I'm loving the way. I'm loving the way. The way you love me, the way you trust me. I'm taking my time. I know that I'm mine first. I know that I shine. Oh, so sublime. I'm oh, so divine. I'm always on time. I'm living the life. I'm knowing I shine. It's the real shit. I know they don't know how to deal with. Yeah. Taking my time. Know that know that know that it's, and we could act like, yo, we didn't meet in a past life, past life. We can act like we didn't meet in a past life, act like it. You know the way. Wait, if you were no. Welcome in. Tap the screen. Shut alive. In a worse way. God said, with all these liars out here, how dare you be afraid to go live on YouTube? With all these bold-faced ass. Can you imagine? It's all about divine time. Lord of mercy. Yo, decline, picture perfect. Yo, the top is just the bottom at another level. I put the pedal to the metal. Got, yo, how to forget believing in the devil. A lot of weird spells and they hex you. I confess. It's what you believe. I'm planting seeds. Yo, yo. A lot of people don't want to hug the trees or talk to trees. They believe they got everything they need with money. I'm no dummy. Yo, resurrected like mummies. Listen, got the eye in my tummy. They put my people in the belly and they can't tell me shit. Yo, a lot of MK Ultra, a lot of deception, projection. I see you, Decepticon, and what you on? I'm a Python. Oh. Now we at the mall. Listen, now we in the stall. Listen, I said you can have it all. Listen, look inside yourself. Can't be nobody else. Can't be nobody else. Body else. So love yourself first. Love yourself like God, like the universe, like source. Love yourself, love yourself. You are yours and you belong to me and I belong to you and we belong to us, man. And God, I trust in. God, I trust, love, love. And when I say God, I mean love, love. When I say God, I mean love, love. When I say God, I mean love, love. Love is everything. Love is universal. Please forgive the people that hurt you. They know not what they do. So let it go, boo. Listen, boo hoo. A lot of people want to have me searching like Blue's Clues. I disconnect with like Bluetooth when I need to. This the truth. Can you feel it? I true bless you. I got blessings. Realness is all I'm fucking giving. Listen, all I know, I'm learning the etymology like I went to college. You see, I got much wisdom. A lot of people don't really get it. I went ahead and alchemized, turn on my lessons to blessings. I ain't never stressing. I'm never stressing. Turn on my lessons to blessings, and I'm never stressing. Turn my trauma into commas. Word to my mama. Woo! Tap the screen, shed a light, welcome in, y'all. I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. Yeah. Okay. Oh, come on, seven. Yeah. Mm. Ooh. I don't own these beats. These are just type beats on YouTube. I know that you yeah. Said I know that it hurts to know That life is meant to be a little difficult. I'm learning to the contrast. I'm healing these patterns, learning through Saturn. I'm climbing this ladder. I'm healing these patterns, knowing that I remember there's no contender. I'm no pretender. Yo, return to sender, return to sender, lighting it up, lighting it up, yo. Never been stuck. Know that it's us. Know that I trust. Know that I trust. Know that it's us. Listen, come up as primordial, look. And I'm adoring every part of you. Yo, we go back like Pikachu, like Pokemon. What you on? Listen, all I know, I'm authentic. A lot of people want to dissect it. A lot of people just wanna see you frown, hold you down, cause that's the poison in they soul. And all I know, I send them golden light, I send them mad love, I send them everything that they need to remember who they are. I know that I'm a star and I'm going really far. They question who you are, and I say I am that I am, but a drop in the ocean. And I'm blooming like a lotus. Can't you notice? Hocus pocus. A lot of people can't stay focused. And you know why? Because we healing with the tides. I'm never asking why. I know that I got divine in me and I am inside. Ascended master, reincarnated. They hated. I'm a born again hooligan, ready to be God again. Go and tell a friend how the story ends. I won't play pretend. I'm on a journey, had the homies on a gurney. This is a different kind of flow. I know that you never heard some shit like this before. Oh my goodness, and so much more in store. I am never bored. Only boring people are boring, people are bored. And word to my mama, duck. Yeah, and the ancestors I trust. Shout out to the egg. All right, that's it. That was my time. So I wanted to come on here, and just do it. So I'm grateful, new chapter. Make sure to follow, subscribe, find me on other platforms. Check out the link in my bio. The website should be there. Subscribe, y'all. It's fun. It's a vibe. Come along for the ride. I'm gonna show y'all some things that you have really never seen. And glory be to the Most High, loving source consciousness, the field of resonance, all the words that we use to say the same thing, which is just love. Thank goodness, a lot is changing in the world. A lot is changing within us, right? Within the earth, really. And if you pay attention to like the Schumann resonance, or if you pay attention to just like life, if you are at all present and aware, you are feeling there's a shift, right? And a lot of people are going deeper into, you know, I would say more lessons, not good or bad, but people are really moving deeper into more awareness of what works for them and what doesn't work, and as we all recalibrate, as we all remember and or go further into forgetting, there is this split that many talk about, right? This split, and I want to be clear here because a lot of people have channeled on this, and you know um everyone has their own interpretations, and perceptions are perceptions. This is, why I have this tattoo, to always remind me that, perceptions, you know, um, are that. And a channel can only be as clear as that who is channeling, And so um, I can say that as someone who is a clear channel, and I'm very grateful. It wasn't time to share certain things. It wasn't time to relay certain messages, and now it is. And so, as we have the falling of the false prophets, and as we have those who are not really anointed, to share some of the things that they have shared, but everything, nothing is wasted. We're thankful for the work of our brothers, sisters, and siblings, although maybe some of them a little misguided. We're thankful, and now the originals are here. We're here to bring forth the truth, unwaveringly, whether through music, whether through events. And the feeling is here. So, to everyone, one big message I have is go into your heart, go deep, deep into your heart, and remember, you know um remember, choose that for yourself, first and foremost, and look at the world and see, for yourself, and ask. I don't need anyone to believe anything. Go and pray about me. That's what I always tell people, is that God is my business card. So if anything, pray about me, and ask for your own truth to come to you straight from the source, because we all are able to do that. I'm someone who exists as a guide, through whether music or any or whatever I choose to do from my joy, from my heart. And I've been extremely successful with my clients, and with the communities that I have served. Of course, I can be fallible, um and that's a part of this human experience. However, in this journey, I've done a lot, with a lot of people, and I'm so thankful and grateful. I've seen a lot. I've been around, and I'm so excited to continue to share what I have uncovered, discovered, and what God, spirit, source, loving consciousness moves through me, the Most High. I'm I'm so grateful to distill the medicine in all the various forms, and mediums available. And I'm never stopping. Life is so wonderful. Life is so precious, to me, and a great gift. And while I honor and respect what we call death, which is really a misnomer, but um, I am very present in the now, and very grateful. Um, yeah, to be obedient to my callings, and to show up, and this is all a reflection to whoever's watching this, whenever you watch it. If you're watching this later on, right? Just always know that, um wow, who, metacognition, reflect on when you're going to do something, or when you have a thought, right? Where did it come from? How is that influenced, right? And all of your desires, or the things you think you want, right? Because we're not just going to talk about things without providing solutions. Take deep breaths and bring that energy into your heart, bring that energy into your heart whenever you desire something, you want something, or you think you desire something, or whatever. Bring that in your heart. Whenever you have a decision, take deep breaths and bring it into your heart. Should I leave this job? Should I go here? Should I whatever? And be patient enough to ask for the signs, to ask for the synchronicities, right? Here's one thing I want to say. I'm so grateful to be a guide, and to be a mentor, and to teach, and to coach. It's very paradoxical, because as I'm teaching, I'm learning, and you know what I mean? And it's always God doing everything, while we play this, while we do this dance with one another, while we walk this walk with one another. Um And yeah, and what I could say is just, is purifying everything by putting it into your heart, and being patient enough, to ask for those signs, being patient enough to trust, and know that, um you don't really know what's going on, like, in the sense that we see negativity, or adversity, and we get confused often because we don't realize that we're being fortified, and then we also don't realize that, we are responsible for everything, for our choices, and the one biggest choice is to come into individuation, or to come into consciousness in matter, in physical form, to become a human, what people call that, or become this physical being. What we don't realize is, it's a part of it, uh there's no question anymore. Hardship, contrast, what we call that, is a part of it, because how would we learn, and I know many of you, this is going to help you, is just looking back at life and seeing yourself, and seeing what you've been, who you've been over time. There's no doubt that you can't say that incrementally you haven't grown. Now, and this is what's interesting, right? So the physical reality around you may not be necessarily better than where you were, right? However, there's no mistake that everyone, no matter how incrementally, is always getting better, is always growing, is always evolving, right? And the journey here is not necessarily about things being easy or comfortable. That's where, a lot of people have been channeling and sharing things that are convenient, because that's what people want to hear. But this is the truth. The truth is that we are here to experience it all, good, bad, ugly, whatever. And sometimes you may look at your life and think that because of the things that you're living through, that somehow it's bad or whatever. And it's like, no. Dig deep in your perspective and understand that you've asked for a certain curriculum. And what happens is that we look over at somebody else's plate, and we don't understand our own plate. So you're too busy looking at somebody else's plate and how they did it and how it looked for them. I really love Maya Angelou, and one of the things that Maya Angelou, always would share and say, is talking about the path less traveled, and the path least traveled is yours, right? Because it is your path, it is nobody else's, and so we can be inspired or triggered by one another. However, your path is yours. And so, all of this dogma and all of this, ideas around spirituality and God, a lot of it is just bullshit. And I just have to be honest. Why? Because I'm one to one. So what I can tell you is, it is exactly what it's meant to be for you, and that is sacred. All right, it's what it's meant to be for you. I don't care if Hello Kitty is on your altar. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, for real, for real. But the truth is that, we are all set up to be in resonance with different things, and that is super sacred. And and no one should be telling you, 33333, no one should be telling you what that is to look like for you. No one should be telling you your relationship with God, spirit, source, whatever you want to call it, is your relationship. And now, when you ask for that guidance, when you ask for that truth, it's going to always meet you. It's always going to reveal it to you. And so be mindful. Some of us don't realize is that we ask for truth, right? We don't realize that our first question, what we asked for, was truth, right? And so you go through this life, and you think like, well, why am I experiencing all of this? And well, you ask for truth, you ask to know, and so if you're here or you have found this, you are definitely someone who is a truther. And what I can tell you is that a lot of the world is still struggling with being honest with themselves and everybody else. And so when you are someone who is a truther, you got to know that it's going to be an interesting path, right? Because if you say you want truth, you want to know truth, you want to embody truth, you want to be the embodiment of honesty to the best of your ability, right? If you say that you want to be as God is in the flesh, then you better understand, if you say I want the highest high, right? Then you gotta understand the lowest low. And so I share this for everybody because coming out the other side of some major initiations for me personally, coming out the other side of some incredible things. I can tell you there is absolutely a God or spirit source. I can tell you, and this is my experience, right? I can tell you that there is absolutely forces here, and asking for your own guidance is so incredibly important. And if you need assistance, be very discerning at this time and always about who you are listening to, and asking God, spirit source, to purify it in your heart, whether it is true or not, what is being shared, whether it is honest or not, because a lot of people want what's easy, y'all. And let me tell you, w- things can get easier, and I think this was the point I was trying to make earlier. Things, yes, you get to, okay, like you get to switch the dials, you know what I mean? You get to turn this up, turn that down, right? You're co-creating reality, you're creating reality, and however, you got to understand that. And if you're honest with yourself, really honest, you'll look at your life and be like, oh, I know why I'm going through that. And then you'll start to be grateful for, some of the hard shit. And it sounds crazy, but you'll be grateful because you're like, oh, my soul is studying this, right? Instead of it being personal, instead of looking at it from this dualistic perspective, you'll look at it and be like, wow, this bad thing was actually really profound because it taught me how to have empathy in this way. It taught me this, it taught me that, right? When we come out of that place of perpetual victimhood, and we all have it. We all can go oscillate between victim, villain, victor, whatever you want to name these archetypes, these things, but we all can oscillate from moment to moment, because it feels personal. It feels personal sometimes, the way that people speak or treat each other, the things that we see, obviously, on the world stage. Of course, it feels personal, However, what you understand is that energy is energy and nothing happens without an invitation, right? Nothing happens without an invitation. So, I also share with people at this time, is just be mindful about your agreements and your beliefs. Shout out to the Toltec wisdom. Really be mindful of your beliefs. And I'll give you an example, right? There's a lot of people that, you know they want the easy stuff, in the sense that they they want the material, right? They want the physical reality of what prosperity, or what prosperity has been known or confused as money, whatever, abundance. And they don't realize that we cannot usurp, like, racism or womanization or discrimination, right? Like, we are bound to one another, right? Whether we like that or not, right? We are. And how do we know? Because we feel it, right? And so there is no such thing as, like, oh, I'm just doing this and I'm on my own. No, no, look to the left and to the right and to all around you. Those are your brothers, your sisters, your siblings, and so this is a responsibility. This is a responsibility. And so, if you've been feeling that, this is a confirmation for you that, yeah, you're not crazy. No, we cannot just love and light our way out of shit. No, as a collective, as we evolve, we got to understand that some people have not signed up to awaken necessarily in this lifetime, or some people, and really the world is how it is on purpose. for us to learn. So there is really nothing to fix. There's really nothing to change. Now there are certain things that I will say, right, in our hearts, each and every individual feel called to something, right? And yes, we will experience more things that are in alignment with positivity, joy, pleasure, or whatever, right? As more souls complete certain contracts. But I want to be very careful and real here about what I'm saying, because it's not that anything's wrong, right? Some people signed up to deal with density or whatever, whatever, whatever. And in time, their soul will remember and return to source. Remember and return to the one truth, the eternal infinite truth. Okay, in time everybody will return to truth. So what I mean to say here is this too, is a lot of spirituality will not be necessary, in the sense that we will have embodied, and 2030 will be a big year, is going to be a big year, but we will have embodied um the truth, that we are one, that there is, you are God, God is you, right? And what I realize is a lot of people are insecure about their own knowing, and so they think that they need a knowing outside of themselves, right? And so we borrow ideologies from books, from texts, from other people or so-called ascended masters, and all of this. And what we fail to realize is that, and this is what God told me, is that whenever we reach or whenever we try, we are really moving outside of ourselves, right? Whenever we're reaching for something, and it's okay, right? We're attracted to things for reasons, but the truth is that we are already knowing, we are already complete, and whole and really perfect. And understanding this is, and this is why I have, it's tattooed avant-garde, is that, like, right, there's always got to be space, space, and space can feel like mystery, space can feel like change, space can feel scary, right? Because it is the unknown, it is the expanse, it is, mother, it is the womb, it is fertile, it is darkness. And and for so long we have been running from that, the sacred fertile darkness, right? I'm not talking about what has been convoluted or what has been contorted or what has been, because make no mistake, yes, there are dark forces, and yes, there are energies that are masquerading and benefiting off of the ignorance of many. However, we also got to understand that each and every soul has a choice, right? And so to understand sovereignty and agency, right, is to understand that every soul makes a choice and nothing usurps that choice, right? That choice to either succumb to this or that, succumb to this or that, right? And so this is a very important time, y'all. This is a very important time to remember your heart, to choose, and I don't care whether you call it God or whatever the case, but get you some faith, integrate some faith, grab your heaps and bounds and goblets and gooblets of faith, because you're gonna need it, during this time more than ever, faith. As we purge, and as some go deeper into their own hells that they've created, and others go deeper into the awareness of the one truth. We're gonna see a lot, and so subscribe, grab a hold of people that feel like home, and trust yourself, and know, that what we're seeing here manifest in physical reality is just evidence of something that's already happened, right? And I'm incredibly proud of the collective, and where we are, and what has unfolded, and yeah, subscribe if you want to come along for the journey. I'm hopping off This has been lovely, and yeah, and follow me on my other spaces. Make sure to subscribe, and this is only the beginning. Peace.